Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to walk through adding a script to a project in Unity that will allow you to quit your project from a build. So currently if you have a build like this one right here, when you enter it you walk around, and this has the first person controller in it, and to get out of here you don't really have an escape button. You can hit escape and it'll free your mouse up, and you can probably go and go to the top, but you notice you don't get any options to quit the project or quit the application that's running. And so the quit script is going to fix that. So I can do Command Q and that quits, but it would be handy to have a simple key command like escape that would allow you to just quickly exit your program. So the way that works is in Unity. This will work also for any Unity project really. So the way that works is I have my sample scene here. It's pretty basic. I just have my first person controller and a cube and a plane and a light, and my main camera is turned off. I'm going to go ahead and just delete that one since I don't really need it. And we're going to create a new object, just an empty object, so there's not anything on it. And I'm just going to leave it named game object for now. And then in my assets, I'm going to go ahead and create a folder called scripts. So we're going to add a script to this project. So create a C# script, and I'm just going to call this quit script. And so I'm going to double click it and open it up in Visual Studio. So there's not anything in it yet, right? So right when I open it, I get my start and my update function. We're not going to need the start function, and so we'll delete that and close this window. Okay, and so basically what's going to happen is in the update function, the update function is called once per frame, so it's called all the time while your application is running. And we're going to take this script and put it on the game object, but first let's give it a little bit of code to handle a key press that comes in. So I'm going to point you to this page in the documentation right here. This basically has the code that you need to do this. So we can see application.quit. We can see if we look at our code here, it says within the update function it has a conditional, an if statement that says if input.getKey is escape, quit the application. So with that little bit of code, when we press, we can use that, and when we press the escape key, it will quit our application automatically. So I can copy and paste this in here. I could also type it, which I recommend doing because that's how you practice. So if, and then in parentheses, input dot get key, and you'll notice once you start typing get in here in the code editor in VS Code, you'll see other functions pop up, and so this is how you handle input in a Unity project. But we're just going to get key, and we're going to go ahead and put the escape in there, and then within our if statement we want to say application dot quit. And that's a function call. So you close it with parentheses and a semicolon and save it. And so now when I go back to Unity here, and if I hit grab my script and drop it onto the game object, and now in my game object I should have my quit script show up right here. And you can just kind of leave this, maybe just put it at the top of your project and whatnot. You could even rename this to something like system, just a thing that holds scripts that aren't really associated with any of the objects in the game itself. They're just kind of extra, and they're always running if you have something within an update function like this. So if I hit play and I let it run and then I hit escape, it's not going to work until I actually go and do my build. So go ahead and do File, Build Settings, and I have my sample scene selected, and I'm going to go ahead and click Build, and I'm going to put it into a folder under Builds, So I have one called My World. I'll just call this My World 2, just to keep my other build in there. And then once that finishes, let's see here, we should see it right here in this folder. So it should be pretty quick. Okay, and let's run it. So double click it and run it, and let's see what happens. So I'm in here. If I hit escape, it quits. So I'll open it again, and I can walk around, do all the things that I normally would do in a Unity thing, and when I hit escape, it quits the program. So that's a really nice and handy way to just have a quit function within your project. And it's pretty simple. There's not much code to it. You could even use a different key command here, or a different specific key. Like say you just wanted to press Q, you could put the letter Q in there, or some other key on your keyboard. And so again, to just learn more about the different things that you can do with this type of function, you can go to the Unity documentation, and if you click on any of these things that are pink, you'll get more information. It'll actually reference other parts of the documentation like this. So I can click on input.getKey, and I can see other ways to handle key presses. And they have nice examples here to test out. So don't be afraid to try other keys and other functions by looking at the documentation. So hopefully that helps improve your game experiences.